Art can change our future. Travel with me, artist John Dyer and artist Joanne Short. Be inspired by endangered environments, plants and animals. Learn about tribal culture. Paint, connect, exhibit and change. It's a last chance to paint.
We're still looking for a tiger. Every now and again we stop and the guide looks on the ground for prints and he listens really carefully to hear if there's any animals in distress. And that's because the tiger does tend to have a regular pattern of movement.
Even though this was heading towards our last safari, the sight of the spotted deer running through the jungle was amazing. The variety of birds in Pench is extraordinary. I love seeing these.
Up there in the tree there are 3 Indian vultures. Another one just flew right over our heads and landed in the tree.
Indian vultures are sadly on the verge of extinction.
So I'm being really brave and I'm having breakfast here in the middle of the forest, and this is Bengal gram curry, which is called poya, and it's quite spicy, but it's really so tasty. We're in a really different landscape here because we're by some water and there's lots of elephant grass. We're looking at a peacock right across the water there. Unlike the leopard, the tiger doesn't climb trees because it's not built for it and it's too heavy, but it does jump really high and really far. In fact, it jumps as high and as far as the length and height of a double-decker bus.
The trees behind me with the black trunks are called Garadi trees, and you might notice there's very little growing underneath them. There's no long grasses. They put out toxins into the soil, and the interesting thing is that the fishermen will take the leaves of the Garadi tree, take the sap out, and they can use that concoction to put into the rivers, and it will put the fish to sleep, and they'll float to the surface. They can take the fish they need, any fish they don't need, wake up and swim off.
So today we came into the 3rd gate of the Tiger Reserve, and it's really different, this one, because it's got a really changing landscape with really different things to see, and I'm just really enjoying it. It's really, really nice. The animals down in the valley there are making a lot of noise because they're doing an alarm call. So we're going to go down into the valley to see if we can see what's going on.
It feels like we're getting closer and closer to a tiger sighting. With the scat, the pug marks and the alarm calls, we must be getting closer after an entire week of searching. And then this Indian grey hornbill could be seen. I love it.
It was sweet.
There's a crocodile over there, but it's all we can see is its tail. It's obviously on its way out of the lake. There's an Indian cormorant sitting on that branch there with its wings right out, sort of drying out his wings. Over there's a whole group of peacocks. Wow, this peacock's really, really close. It's beautiful. Look at the crest on its head.
This is a male peacock with its extraordinary tail feathers, which it fans out in a display, and you can see why this is the national bird of India.
You can see some of the best friends hanging out in the forest. The spotted deers, the black-faced langur, and the rest red-faced macaques, all hanging out. There are some fruit trees here, and the monkeys, both the langurs and the red-faced macaques, they are dropping down the fruits for their best friend here, that is the spotted deer. The langurs give out an alarm call as they sit on top of the trees and they have a vantage point, and that helps the deer to save itself from the predators. But when the langurs are there in the grasslands, it's the deer's duty to alert them and help them save themselves from the predators.
This deer here is snacking on algae and aquatic vegetation. It's having a real proper feast there.
On our final afternoon safari, still looking for that elusive tiger, but I do feel we've already seen so many signs of it that I feel connected to the tiger. But wish us luck, and we'll let you see how we get on.
Shown how to wear my scarf like this because it's really, really dusty, and it's probably not good to get dust in your face every day. So this is what they do, and they put this like this.
Welcome to our Pench Tiger Reserve, Larrigate. My name is Karina. I am from a small village. Any of jungle divided into two parts, core zone and buffer zone. Core zone there was only required for the animals, and buffer zone means surrounded by the village. There is a tiger, leopard, wild dog, jackal, Indian gaur, wild boar, and deer, spotted deer, sambar deer, and barking deer. Eagles, vultures, and owl.
So Karina is the first lady guide in Pench Forest, one of 5 women. It's an enormous kingfisher. That must be more than, 3 times the size of a common kingfisher. We're going through the bamboo forest and it's really magical. It's just like something from a storybook. Over there sitting in the tree is a really big owl. It's a brown owl. There's enormous claw marks up this tree. They must be 2 meters high. The tiger's just sharpened his claws and made himself known, marked his territory.
A few years back, the otters were rediscovered in this river, and you can see the structure of the river it's all rocky. During the monsoon, it flows with full force.
There's the kingfisher again, but look at his beak and the iridescent blue back. Can you see the bottom of this tree with all those marks on it? That's where a porcupine has nibbled the bark off.
This is a controversial issue, I suppose, but building huge dams on rivers is detrimental to the ecology, and we generally never think about the aquatic biodiversity. Because of the dam, I think we have lost the species like mahasir, which was supposed to be the tiger of the river or the gold of the river now. So rather than building big dams, we can go for small irrigation structures and work on more on the watershed management.
Some pud marks here, and they're definitely fresh because it probably was drinking water just in the river dam behind us, and the puds are wet.
Sorry, go again.
Guides are looking down at the ground to see which direction it went in because it obviously went past only a little minute ago.
This monitor lizard is nearly 1 metre long, and they can grow larger than that, so it's a substantial reptile.
Over there we have an Indian gaur, which is a bull, and it's the biggest bovine in the world. On the top of the tree, right over there, there's a really big bird, an osprey, a bird of prey.
So the sun's really hot. It's nearly 4:30. We've got another hour and a half on this particular tracking the tiger expedition. So we hope we catch one, but we've seen so many lovely animals today.
So this is a woolly-necked stork. Look, it's sort of burgundy coloured. It's a really amazing-looking animal.
And then the stunning wild boar just ambled out of the undergrowth, a perfect snack for a tiger, as we've seen by the hairs in the scat. Is that tiger close?
Well, there's been a sighting of a tiger here. It's really hard to see. It's right down there in the bushes, but it's lying down, it's sleeping. But you can just see, I can see its stripes. Maybe its ears, I can see. There's a tiger in there, and we're waiting to see it. Got a little photo of it and a tiny little video, but we're just waiting for it to stand up.
Even though the tiger refused to stand up, I think it's super inspiring. So I grabbed my iPad and did a sketch of that tiger face. I hope you like it and that you'll do your own paintings of tigers or other animals from the forest.
The safari's finished. We've got to head back to the gate before it gets dark. So we've left the tiger sleeping. It was a male tiger, and at the very last moment of the very last safari of our last chance to paint in India, we saw the tiger. It waited, it teased us, but we've seen it. And here are some shots of tigers that Mandar has taken recently for you all to enjoy. So this takes us to the end of our Indian expedition, Land of the Tiger, and we've had the most amazing time. If you get a chance in your lives to visit India, do. And remember everything about the tiger and why it's so important. We're going to miss India, so goodbye India.
Goodbye. Bye.
It's the most amazing amount of bird life here. Got Indian cormorants, hornbills, crocodiles. That's not a bird.
I don't know what it is.